I want you to close your eyes and imagine. Imagine living in a world that is extremely urbanized. Every corner of fast food restaurant could be observed. Nothing green to captivate the eye. There are no plans to remodel these areas anytime soon. Now, I want you to think about your health in this scenario. Do you think it will be easy to maintain a healthy lifestyle under these conditions? Think about your family, the children, and the elders, and how their health would degenerate due to the urbanized ecology they live in. In this scenario, there is nothing one can do to change the inevitable. However, in today's society, it is not too late to promote a change, to integrate health benefits into urban ecology.
Imagine you're working at a paper company. It's been a long day at work, when suddenly it's lunchtime. Now the game begins. You have 1 hour to go eat. Would you rather go to a fast food restaurant that is 5 minutes away? Or would you rather drive 20 minutes to your home, cook a proper meal, and try to make it back to work in time? The first option is not only the most convenient one, but it's also the one that about 90% of all urban employees will choose as well. Nutrition has a huge impact on the health of an individual. Time pressure is one of the main components that lead to malnutrition in urban ecology. As more people start to prefer fast food rather than organic ones, the demand for these foods makes the fast food prices lower, while it pumps up the price for the more healthy foods. The second most common reason for malnutrition is lack of knowledge. People usually are not educated about the recommended dietary needs because it was never taught to them. In a study conducted by Herman and several other authors, it was discovered that about 46% of people said they did not know much about nutrition. Educating yourself is one of the biggest factors in the improvement of nutrition in urban ecology.
Let's admit it, fast food is overtaking our everyday diets. Cities are crowded by multiple chains of fast food restaurants, from McDonald's to Chick-fil-A. People prefer to go pick up a burger in 10 minutes instead of cooking a meal at home for hours. You see the problem here? Fast food is everywhere we look. Yes, we get that fast food is everywhere, but do you really understand the disadvantages to that? The fast food we are consuming is known as ultra-processed foods. They contain parts of whole foods but are not completely whole. They are made from processed substances that are extracted from whole foods. All food is processed, yes, but the way fast foods are being ultra-processed are where the bad things come into play. Fast foods contain high levels of sugars and fats that can increase the body mass and can lead to becoming overweight. The best solution to this would be setting up more organic food choices in the urban settings. Over the past 2 decades, there has been an increase of organic foods. Big corporations contain GMOs, which stands for genetically modified organisms. It can cause things to happen that usually don't in nature. In our cities, if there's an availability of healthy foods, it allows for us to stay healthy and in shape.
Have you ever wondered how athletes are able to stay in such great shape? A lot of it has to do with the amount of exercise they do, but another crucial role in their athletic shape is how they eat. Nutrition is the number one factor that decides if an athlete will play well, recover well, and keep their bodies in a muscular shape. Athletes must balance their diets to eat enough of everything. Their diet is split up into carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. This can come in the most basic foods such as bread, pasta, and vegetables. The key to a nutritional diet is balancing how much an athlete eats, making sure they don't eat too much of one thing. Many people think that the easiest way to lose weight and become healthy is just to stop or reduce food intake altogether. But the key to losing weight is eating well with a share of meat, veggies, wheat, and other things. These foods can provide protein and strength for the muscles while doing enough exercise to burn off everything that comes in the food. So remember, the key to becoming healthier overall is not to stop the intake of food, but to balance it and to get plenty of exercise, helping the body and the mind become stronger. Practicing good nutritional values will always lead to success, athletically, nutritionally, and physically.
Do you think school food is bad? A little bit too oily or greasy? There's something missing in your plate. The Healthy Youth Places project targets young people in their middle school ages and promotes physical activity and a more healthy diet on the schools, trying to make a betterment in the diet of young people. This is a kind of unhealthy food served in schools' cafeterias. Children from families that have low income are more likely to consume unhealthy food since it is the cheapest option than making food at home. This, of course, affecting the health of the children.
Have you taken notice of how in this day and age, our cities are becoming more urbanized with each passing day? We all go about our busy schedules in a daily routine. The city's endless ruckus can generate turmoil in our minds and physical well-being. That is why people need to get away from society to relax and connect with themselves. Studies have been conducted that reveal an urbanized community can cause them to fall into depression or result in the risk of mental and physical illnesses. Moreover, without the lack of resources available for fitness, people become unhealthy. Some of the centers built for physical activity are too far for people, which makes them lose interest and make excuses to not go. Since the city may be overwhelming, it is a good reason for architecture and urban ecology to be improved. With more green spaces and structures like gyms, parks, YMCAs, and recreation centers to make a healthier atmosphere and environment. Green spaces are things like cemeteries, woodlands, community gardens, running and biking trails, or land that is covered with grass, trees, shrubs, and other vegetation. These spaces prevent soil erosion, absorb air pollutants, help lower surface temperatures, and even benefit wildlife habitats for the animals within them to feel safe and be able to survive. Green spaces are peaceful enough to improve depression, mental illness, physical activity, well-being, and our happiness. On the downside, lack of green spaces leads to higher air temperatures and an increase in air pollution, more ground-level ozone, and the few trees and plants are not enough to have the air cleaned and provide oxygen. This negatively impacts the urban areas with alleys and litter and horrible-looking cities that do not help society. And so, by making green spaces and structures people use to exercise or hang around in their free time more accessible and appealing, we can help citizens adjust to a healthier lifestyle.
The video is a discussion about the health benefits that can be gained by urban ecology. Health benefits can be incorporated to urban ecology through the methods and betterment of architecture, athletic nutriment, nutrition, and nutrition betterment. By encouraging the betterment of architecture, nutrition, and athletic activity, the people could make a safe and healthy as well as an energetic environment for everyone.